Over the weekend, a video emerged that had the NBA Twitter community in a frenzy. The video showed a 16-year-old Victor Wembanyama facing off against two-time Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert in a 2-on-2 game with the following quote by ESPN NBA draft analyst Mike Schmitz.
There's a kid in Europe right now, Victor Wembanyama, who's maybe the best prospect in the world. So he's like 7'3", with, I don't know, like almost an 8-foot wingspan. And he blocks shots like Rudy Gobert, and he shoots like Korzemba, and he can handle and pass. Yeah, I've never seen anything like him.
What? A 7'3", 16-year-old with an 8-foot wingspan who shoots like Porzingis and blocks shots like Gobert? It is no surprise at all that this tweet set off some alarms, because of course, several questions have to be asked that we will answer in this video. Who is this 16-year-old giant who already looks like he can do it all? Where did he come from? Has he really been that impressive in actual games to deserve the ranking as the best prospect in the world? And is the potential actually there? Can Victor Wembanyama emerge as a #1 pick in the NBA draft and from there become an NBA star? Let's find out. So what's up guys, Mike here, and today we are going to look at the potential of Victor Wembanyama, and of course we are going to answer all of the questions I just asked. Before we do that though, I do want to say please leave a like on this video if you enjoy it. It helps me out a ton, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video. With that said, we've seen this before, I know. At random times in your life, I'm sure you have been scrolling through Twitter or YouTube, and suddenly you see a video of a very tall young prospect dominating his competition with a title like, "Is this player the next Kevin Durant?" And of course, most of the time, those players come nothing near to Kevin Durant's level. Most of the time, we don't even see those players play meaningful minutes in the NBA. With that said, I'm not here to tell you that Victor Wembanyama is different. I'll let legitimate NBA scouts tell you that instead, because we've already heard the words of Mike Schmitz, again an ESPN NBA draft analyst, to begin this video, but Mike has said a lot more about Victor, because in an article he wrote for ESPN, Mike named Victor, quote, "the top prospect in Europe regardless of age," and said, "might be the best long-term prospect in the world. He is undeniably a strong candidate to hear his name called #1 overall when the 2023 draft rolls around." And to that I say, why have most of us never heard of him? Well, Mike has a great point for that too, as in that same article he mentioned that had Wembanyama grown up in the United States, he would likely be a household name already, but he has been able to develop at his own pace in Europe. Now, all of these are some big words from a mainstream NBA draft analyst, but the thing is, Victor has more than backed those words up with his play on the court. During the 2019 FIBA U16 European Championship, Victor averaged a tournament-leading 5.3 blocks per game, on the way to leading France to a silver medal, and in this tournament, Victor's full talents were on display in the quarterfinals against Croatia. In that game, he would finish with an absurd 12-point, 21 rebound, 8 block performance, and as you are about to see throughout this video, just looking at his highlights, Victor has been able to dominate through an almost unseen combination of God-given height/wingspan combined with his remarkably talented all-around game. On the offensive end, scouts have been in awe of his ability to shoot the basketball, standing at 7'3" with supposedly a near 8-foot wingspan, which has brought on the Porzingis comparisons, but I want to go further here. Just listen to this. Victor's professional teammate Taylor Smith summed up Victor's offensive game best when he said, "He can shoot, dribble, handle. You know, he's like Porzingis, but Porzingis didn't have the handle like him. He has the handles and he plays defense like Rudy Gobert." Taylor also stated that if he doesn't go top 5 in his draft when he comes out, then I'm going to be very shocked, because it's like nothing I've ever seen before. And I feel like he's going to be like KD. His game is going to be crazy. Unicorn times 10. And before we continue guys, I'm excited to announce that this video is sponsored by Raycon. Now, Raycon is a brand of wireless earbuds that in my opinion are the best on the market. The reason I say this is that the price of Raycons is about half the price of other earbuds on the market, and when it comes to sound, they sound just as incredible as the other top brands you might know. And guys, Raycon actually sent me their everyday E25 model. They told me that this is their best model yet, and I've got to say, I definitely agree. Now, personally, with other earbuds, I've always had a problem with them falling out of my ears as I do things like exercise, guys, with these Raycons, I've never had that problem at all. Plus, they are extremely comfortable and they charge to give you 6 hours of playtime. Something that I think is huge because I hate having to constantly charge things. And on top of all of this, Raycon is hooking all of us up because right now, if you go to buyraycon.com/MikeKorzemba, that is 15% off of earbuds that already are about half the price of other top earbuds on the market. And if my opinion is not enough for you guys, well, J.R. Smith feels the same way. He personally has stated that he loves Raycons, he wears them all the time. So again, guys, go to buyraycon.com/MikeKorzemba, get 15% off your order. Again, that link is in the description, and trust me when I say, guys, Raycon earbuds are amazing. You are going to love them. These are extremely impressive and important words to listen to, as this is not only Victor's professional teammate, but Taylor Smith is also a basketball veteran. He's a 29-year-old grown man who has seen what Victor does behind the scenes. He's seen Victor at practices and games, and he is telling us that Victor is going to be a star. And speaking of professional basketball, we have another argument to add to the list for why Victor is going to be different than the other tall mixtape legends you've seen in the past. Because recently, as we know, Luka Doncic dominated in the EuroLeague, and this was a huge indication that he was ready to come and play NBA basketball. As for Victor, well, he's still on the young side here. He probably won't even put his name into the NBA draft until 2023, but that doesn't mean that he hasn't been dominating players who are older than him. Again, a huge indicator of a potential future star. I say this because in the under 18 Adidas Next Generation tournament this past February, a 16-year-old Victor averaged per 36 stats of 20.7 points, 15.3 rebounds, 3.5 steals, and 7.6 blocks per game. 7.6 blocks. He did this again as a 16-year-old playing against players who were 2 years older than him, which is why many have said that Victor is the best European prospect in the world, regardless of age. In this tournament, Victor also had an insane game where he finished with a near triple-double of 22 points, 15 rebounds, and 9 blocks. As they say, talk is cheap, and we can listen to as many quotes as we want here, but at the end of the day, what you do on the court matters, and again, Victor has more than proven himself on the court. That includes this past season where Victor made his professional debut for Nanterre in the Euro Cup. During this game, when Victor checked onto the court, he was just 15 years old and thus became the second youngest player to ever play in the Euro Cup, a feat that was made even more impressive as Victor was younger than Luka when Luka played in his first Euro Cup. Now, with that said, I'd love to tell you that Victor dominated the Euro Cup, but that simply would not be true. The Euro Cup is full of grown men, which means the fact that Victor even played in a single game at the age of 15 is absurdly impressive. And it is this type of success at such a young age that has everyone excited. Which brings us to longtime international scout Jason Filippi, a man with 19 years of NBA experience who has this to say about Victor. It is fair to say that he is the next big thing in Europe. He is a potential generational talent like Luka Doncic. I'm not saying he is going to be as good as Doncic, but he is definitely the best player in his age group, and I think if he were eligible for next year's draft, he'd be a lottery pick and the top European prospect. Yet again, some big words here, but with all of this said, we have to address the fact that Victor is remarkably skinny. That is a concern, of course. I'm sure the comment section of this video is going to be filled with people saying that Victor is never going to make it in the NBA because he is going to be injured. But when it comes to injuries, we have to keep some certain things in mind here. Victor is in a very unique position. He is a prodigy who is being monitored like a prodigy. He already is in a professional system and is in France's national team system. This means that he has access to some of the best basketball trainers in the world, and this also means that he has a strength program in place to ensure that he is going to have enough muscle on his frame so that when he does enter the NBA, the injury concerns will be seriously lessened. Of course, though, with someone this tall, there are going to be injury concerns regardless, but Victor is going to do all he can to make sure his body is ready, and as we've seen with similar prospects such as Kevin Durant, who at one point was an absolute twig and couldn't even bench 185 pounds at the NBA draft combine, or Kristaps Porzingis, who as you can see right here was also a twig. Just because you are very skinny at the age of 16 doesn't mean you'll stay skinny. I'm sure Victor will put on some serious muscle. Every single quote I have seen from Victor has indicated to me that he is taking basketball very seriously, and so I just cannot wait to see if he does develop into the once-in-a-generation talent scouts scouts have said he has the potential to be. So there we have it, guys. Thank you for watching today's video, and if you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. Leaving a like helps me out a ton, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe so you never miss another video. Also, of course, make sure to turn post notifications on so you are notified whenever a new video goes live. Now, if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it, and as always, have an awesome day, guys, and cue that music. If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're gonna love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.